Hello and welcome to Class 9th, Subject English, Book Beehive, Chapter 9, Bond of Love, Part 1st. The Bond of Love, written by Kenneth Anderson. Kenneth Anderson was a British writer and hunter who was born in India, who wrote several books about his adventures in the forest of South India. Some of his works include Nine Miniatures and One Rock, This is the Jungle, Tales from the Indian Jungle, etc. The interesting and inspiring lesson, The Bond of Love, describing the strong attachment between a human being and a wild animal. A sloth bear becomes the author's pet. He brought it home from a field, named it Bruno and later Baba. His wife was deeply attached with the pet. When Bruno grew too big, they were forced to send him to Mysore Zoo. She wept and missed meals. Bruno too missed them badly. Bruno was brought back to their home because of the sincere efforts of his wife, author's wife. Their Bruno was kept on a small island specially made for him only. Now, students, this was the little summary of this chapter, and after we are going to discuss or we are going to have a line by line reading and explanation of the chapter. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. Here, sloth bear means coarse haired black bear, means a bear which is having long snout, long sticky tongue, and dark shaggy hair. Okay, so that bear was the pet of author's wife. Here, I is the author only who is telling the story of that bear. He is telling that 2 years ago, we were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. Some were shot, and some escaped. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear come out panting in the hot sun. So, this is the incident occurs 2 years before when author was passing through the sugarcane field for in search of or in shoot of for shooting those wild pigs who were destroying the fields. Okay, so when they have just shoot all the things, all the pigs, chased all the pigs, some were escaped and some were shot. Then what happened? They thought that here it is written, we thought that everything was over. Here we is the members who were shooting the wild pigs, okay, with the author only. So they were thinking that everything was over, but suddenly what happened? From the sugarcane field, a black sloth bear came out, panting. Panting means quick breath. A sudden breath very fastly. It was taken by the bear, and that was a hot sunny day. Now, I will not shoot a sloth bear want only, but unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. Then what happened? Author was not like that he just kill anything like without any reason. So he's giving a reason that he didn't shoot that bear want only means for no good reason. He never shoot any beast. Okay, so unfortunately what happened that the poor beast, one of my companion, poor beast here means that bad fortune. Okay, because of the bad fortune, what happened that beast here means the wild animal, companion means the friend, spot means place. Okay, want only means for no reason. So he just shoot that bear without having any feel, and promptly the bear uh, the bear on the spot. Spot here means on that place only. The bear was shoot out and killed. As we watched the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. Here, prostrate means lying, prostrate body. So, when the bear was killed, what they have noticed that from his black fur, as you can see in the picture, students, that the bear is having a long fur, okay, and in which his baby is there, and from far away you can't notice that anything is there. He is attached to his mother like that only. So it was not noticed by the companions of the author or author too, that after killing that black fur bear, one thing surprised them, that one that the black fur on its back moved and left the prostrate body. So that prostrate body was laying on the ground, and one fur bear was just moved out from that mother bear furs. Okay, then we saw it was a baby bear. Then they noticed that it was a baby bear that had been riding on its mother's back when the sudden shot had killed her. Means with the sudden shoot, that mother bear was killed, and this baby bear just moved out from his fur. The little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. So pity, full here means a pity. Uh, from that body, which was laying on the ground, facing downwards, that baby bear came out from the back of his mother's, and then they noticed that the mother bear was killed, and the little creature was just roaming around his mother's prostrate, making a pity noise he was making, because he was thinking that his mother is, he was just unfamiliar about the thing that his mother is not more, and he was just uh, making a sound. Then the baby bear, who was riding on her back, moved and ran around her. The baby bear ran into the sugarcane fields then. I ran up to it to attempt a capture. It scooted into the sugarcane field, following it with my companions. I was at least able to grab it by the scruff of its neck while it snapped and tired too. Scratch me with its long hooked claws. Here, students, capture means catch hold of, scooted means ran off, grab means catch, scruff means back of neck, snapped means bit, scratch means slight wound. Slight wound here means any wound means in Hindi ghav. Hooked means curved. Okay. So what happened that when the baby bear who was riding on her mother's back moved and ran around her by making a pitiful noise, the baby bear ran into the sugarcane fields, but it was somehow caught by the author or the members on, and the following with the companions, I was at least able to grab it by the scruff of its neck. Scruff means the back area or neck area of their back. Okay, they just uplift the baby bear from there only, and scratch that baby bear. What in safety of his, what the baby bear done, that he just scratched him, given a wound, you can say, to the author on his hand, and scratched me with his long hooked claws. Claws means panja, okay, the hand of the baby bear. With that, he just scratches the author's hand. We put we put it in one of the gunny bags we had brought, and when I got back to Bangalore, I duly presented it to my wife. She was delighted. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, and after discovering the cub was a boy, she christened it Bruno. So the So, on reaching Bangalore, when the author reached Bangalore, he just kept that baby bear in his gunny bags, in the bags which they have taken on their back. Okay, small bags they have taken, and in that they just keep that baby bear and brought to the Bangalore, and then they just presented that baby bear uh, to his wife. The author's wife named the bear cub Bruno, and later on she called it Baba. Okay, so uh, after having a such type of pet, she was very happy, as she was living over there alone. So one baby bear was there who will be living there with him, and being a pastime for him also, for her also. Okay, so Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle, means as he was a very little bear who was having milk or feeding milk of his mother. So the mother was killed now because of these companions. So now he had started drinking milk from the bottle only, as you can see in the picture. Okay, so when the author brought that baby bear to Bangalore and presented to his wife, then she was too delighted. Delighted means she was too happy by having that baby bear. She at once put a colored ribbon around its neck, means she had put in a colored ribbon around the neck of the Bruno. And after discovering the cub was a boy, means after discovering that he's a male gender, he christened means he named Bruno to that baby bear. Bruno soon took a drinking milk from a bottle. It was but a step further, and within a very few, so he started drinking, as you can see in the picture, students. He's drinking milk from a bottle, as it was a very little calf, little baby bear. Okay, it was but a step further, and within a very few days he started eating and drinking everything else. So everything else here means that he can he used to have everything whatsoever you will give to him, he liked to have. Like, his hobby, I think so, his hobby is to eat only. So whatsoever comes in front of him, he just eat it or drink it. And everything is the right word. The author is saying that he used to eat everything, and he is explaining that everything is the right word for him, because he used to eat everything whatsoever you give to him. For he ate uh, porridge made from the any ingredient, vegetables, fruit, nuts, meat, especially pork, curry, rice, regardless of condiments. Condiments means masale. Okay, so he used to have those condiments also, and chilies, breads, eggs, chocolate, sweets, pudding, ice cream, etc., etc., etc. As for drink, milk, tea, coffee, lime juice, aerated water, buttermilk, beer, alcoholic liquor, and in fact anything liquid, it all went down with relish. Relish means great, enjoy it. Okay, so it was an enjoyment also for the Arthur's wife, and he used to drink everything. From this also, you can got to know that you can think that how much Arthur's wife used to love him, that he offered everything to that baby bear to have, to eat. Okay, so they were enjoying very much with that baby bear, Bruno. The bear became very attached to the to our to Alstian dogs. Alstian dogs are the German Shepherd types of dog. Okay, and to all the children of the tenants living in our bungalow, means that Bruno was attached with the two Alsatian dogs and the other children who were living as in tenants in the bungalow. Okay, he was left quite free in his younger days and spent his time in playing, running into the kitchen, and going to sleep in our beds. So, what was the time schedule of the like what the Bruno used to do in the author's house? That he used to eat everything whatsoever the author's wife used to give him, and he left quite free. Means it was not like that it was a bit tired somewhere. He used to roam here and there in the house as he was a younger one, and spend the time playing with the Alstein dogs or the tenants children, running into the kitchen and going to sleep on the beds of the authors only. So this was the living criteria of the Bruno in the author's house. One day an accident befell him. I put down poison, barium carbonate, to kill the rats and mice that had got into my library. Here my is the author, students. What happened once that he has put in poison in his library to kill the rats or mice. Bruno entered the library as he often did, and he ate some of the poison. Paralysis set in to the extent that he could not stand on his feet, but he dragged himself on his stumps of my wife, who called me. I guessed what had happened. I rushed in the car to the residence. A case of poisoning, tame beer, barium carbonate. What to do? So now what happened? That one incident that occurs, that the author has kept barium carbonate, which is a poison. He has kept that poison to kill the rats or mice which have entered in the library of the author. As you all know, Bruno used to enter in the kitchen also, or go to sleep on the beds of the author only. Okay, so because of that habit, he normally used to arrive to all the rooms of the bungalow. Okay, the same he enters in the library also, and he just ate that poison, as he used to eat everything. So because of that poison, that barium carbonate, what happened, that he didn't able to stand due to the paralysis. He was uh, paralysis set in to the extent that he could not stand on his, means he was suffering from paralysis because of that barium carbonate. And his wife, but he dragged himself on his stumps to my wife, who called me. Then his wife called to the author as he was in his office. I guessed what had happened, means after knowing that, he can guess the situation, that what could happen to Bruno. And after rushing in the car, he just visit to the vet's doctor. Vet's doctor means veterinary doctor, who is the doctor of animals. And from the out only he started telling that it is the case of poison, and about a tame bear who just ate it the barium carbonate. Okay, now what to do with that? Out came his medical books. What to do? Then out came his medical books and a reverish reference to index began. Here, reverish means a reference, sorry, it is a reference. The doctor take out his medical books as a reference, what reverish reference whatsoever he used as a reference of index book, in which what poison did you say, sir? Means he asked to author that which poison name he has taken, and he said barium carbonate. Ah yes, barium salts, barium carbonate, symptoms paralysis, treatment injections of uh, just a minute, sir. Like this, he replied. Means the veterinary doctor was not too confirmed about the treatment of the poison which the Bruno had, the poison barium carbonate, what the Bruno has taken. So he just gone through the index of the reference books of the doctors. Okay, so he searched, as you search in your dictionaries, students, that you first of all you search the B. Okay, and then he searched for Ba, then he searched for barium salts, then barium carbonate, he got it. Then he go to the symptoms of if anyone's eat barium carbonate. Okay, then he checked the symptoms that barium after eating barium carbonate, people or the anything suffers from paralysis, and the treatment of barium carbonate is such injections. Then just a minute, he asked for a minute to the author, and I will bring my syringe and the medicine. He asked to take the syringe and medicines. A dash back to the car, Bruno still floundering about on his stumps, but clearly weakening rapidly. Some vomiting, heavy breathing with heavy lungs and gaping mouth. Floundering means uh, heaving flung means taking deep breath. Flank means the side of the body between the ribs and the hips. Floundering here means struggling to move. So the Bruno was struggling to move. He was trying to move, but he couldn't able to, and taking very deep breath. Flanks means the side of the body between the ribs and the hips. It was like from there it was visible that he is taking long breaths and gapping mouth. His mouth was totally open. So means first dose doesn't work on him. After that injection also he was not very fine. He was floundering, he was moving, he was struggling with the movement, and he couldn't able to stumps means he couldn't able to stand on his legs, as he was suffering from paralysis, but clearly weakening rapidly. And after watching that, he then author can recognize that he has become weakened. Some vomiting means he was also having some vomiting, heavy breathing with heavy flanks and open mouth. Gapping mouth means open mouth. Hold him, everybody, in goes of hypodermic means the doctor asked everyone to hold that baby bear. Hypodermic means a long needle used to give an injection under the skin. Okay, so the doctor was going to give hypodermic to Bruno. Then what happened after taking that injection? Bruno squeals. Squeals means screams. 10 cc of the antidote enters his system without a drop being wasted. Means as everyone has just hold the Bruno. Because of that, the syringe got inside, the needle was used inside very nicely, so that every not a drop was wasted from that bottle or the injection. Okay, and the 10 cc antidote was gone inside the Bruno. 10 minutes later, condition unchanged. Means after that 10 cc of dosage, the condition was still unchanged. Another 10 cc injected, means another syringe was injected of 10 cc. 10 minutes later, breathing less, stertorous, Bruno can move his arms and legs a little, although he cannot stand yet. Means after getting another 10 cc, means 20 cc of dosage, when he got, then that Bruno was relaxed little bit, but then also having normal breathing also. He couldn't able to stand. He was now able to move his hands also. 30 minutes later, means half an hour later, what happened? Bruno gets up and has a great fit. Means after 30 minutes, the Bruno was fine. He just stand up on his feet, and he had a great feed means he take the good meal. He looks at us disdainfully. Disdainfully means disapprovingly. Means what they are doing here, why they are watching him like that, showing disrespect. Okay, so this disdainful means showing disrespect. So like in that manner, he just washed to everyone, as much as to say, means by the behavior of the Bruno you can notice that what barium carbonate to a big black bear like me, Bruno is still eating. So, according to him, it was like that what a barium carbonate can do of a big black bear like Bruno. He was still eating, as he was too good in eating. So, students, this much is there. This is the first part. Uh, Rest I will explain in the second part. Some questions I have given to you all here. You have to solve these questions or practice this question in your copy. I hope this much you have understood in this chapter. If any doubt is there, you can ask to me. Thank you very much.